All right, here we go. We have the one and only Tremayne from the StayOutLate crew. How are you doing today, man?
Good, man. Long night yesterday, but felt good to be out. Felt good to feel like, things were popping again because it's been so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. With being from Brampton and just having like a long legacy with the StayOutLate crew. Just from the music to the parties to everything else. It must be like an exciting journey that you had, and like you already documented all of that stuff like in interviews and everything else too. So I feel like this would be the time to create it more in the general aspect of the Lens of Yashu show and all that,
Okay.
But before we get into like the very specifics, I know everything's already documented from past interviews and past songs and everything else too, but I want to get like those special moments that you had in life too. So you grew up in Brampton, correct?
Yeah.
So what was like the environment like for you growing up in Brampton? Would you say that it was like a good experience like growing up, or would you say that it was like quite different in a way?
I feel like Brampton is a special place because of how everybody kind of ended up there. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of people who experienced the first parts of gentrification and came from different parts of Toronto to Brampton, and there was just a lot of mix of people. When I was growing up, it was more white than anything, and then it kind of progressed into being more of a South Asian community than anything. But me personally, I feel like it was dope. Growing up in the suburbs, you get a lot of time to nurture who you are and kind of reflect on what you desire in life in general. You know what I mean? I feel like when you're in the city, everything is so fast paced and everybody's always asking something from you for whatever the case would be. So it's you don't find a lot of that peace. And to me, Brampton gave me a lot of time and peace and just space to be able to become the person that I want to become. You know what I mean?
No doubt. And you already documented it from the time when you started out making music and having these family-based parties, playing sports in school, to high school where you formed the StayOutLate crew, and then it became a phenomenon within the community too, and it was very evident with doing freestyles at burger joints to even throwing these house parties too, and then you kind of had to expand it for a bit when you moved to Toronto. So when you moved to Toronto to expand your career, did you feel that living in the city had a better experience for you in terms of opportunities and environments and so forth, or do you feel that both Toronto and Brampton have a lot of similarities in terms of opportunity and environments and that type of stuff?
Definitely not. Toronto by far, in terms of being able to give you opportunity, relationships, and just the all the tools that you need to kind of get to that next step in your career as an artist is bar none. You know what I mean? With the advancement of the internet, I feel a lot of that has changed so much where now you can gain a lot of that access or whatever from your home, wherever you are, whether that's Brampton or Pickering or wherever. So I feel that progression is super dope, but I still feel there's so much value in being in the city and gaining that experience and being able to refine the personality that you are as an artist. You know what I mean? A lot of people aren't comfortable in front of a camera. A lot of people haven't performed to a crazy large audience, and you get all that from here. You get the festivals where there's 5 to 10,000 people in the audience, and you get the friggin' I don't know, just the cameras always in your face, people like yourself and whatnot who are dedicated to being that person who's documenting everything, and like that shit is invaluable. Like there's so much shit that exists about me on the internet that I'm able to look at, and that like fans new and old are able to kind of look at to build the story of who I am and like appreciate everything that I've done as an artist, and like that, it's like irreplaceable, you know?